everyone, I'm the Dapper Danielle, and I hope y'all had a fantastic holiday season and New Year's. Here in the Kelly household, aka the Dapper household, it is a very busy time for us. So of course we have Christmas on the 25th. My birthday was December 29th. My brother-in-law's birthday was January 2nd. And then I have my brother's birthday and my dad's birthday coming up here in the next couple days. And it's just been nonstop for us. Even right now, you'll notice behind me, I'm not back in Orlando. I'm actually in a totally different location. I'm helping move my brother to Nashville, Tennessee, where he's gonna be starting a brand new job. So we're very excited for Clarence. That was also the reason why you didn't get a video last week, because we were in the middle of driving. Yeah, all good things, all good things. 2022 will definitely be a season of change and starting new jobs and doing new things for the Kelly family. But I want to take a look back into 2021, which was a very big year for me on TikTok, as well as starting my YouTube channel, leaving Disney. So I want to look back specifically at my TikTok channel and break down the top 10 most viewed videos. Now, also for a little bit of context for this, I still don't understand how the TikTok algorithm works. Why certain videos did better than others. Why did these ones reach a couple 100,000 to 1 million views? I don't know. Now also, mind you, on TikTok, I am part of the TikTok Creator Fund, and I don't make a lot of money off of TikTok. That, for example, in November of this past year, in 2021, I only made $28. Yeah, because as part of the TikTok Creator Fund, it is said that you only receive 2 to 4 cents per 1,000 views. Yeah, November and December were not my best views. And that's just because the TikTok algorithm gets overflowed with businesses and brands trying to promote their products before Christmas. Or at least that's what I understand anyway. So let's go ahead and jump into the first video. This one is our number 10 in the slot, reaching over 526,000 views. And it's talking about a welcome to my Disneyland fam. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Again, I don't speak for the brand or the company. Me and another coworker were talking, and we were both shocked at the number of people that have been coming and visiting us from California. Which is a good thing. We love that you're here. What we find amusing is that a good percentage of you, this is your first time to Disney World. Like, I get it. You guys are Disneyland loyalists. We are on the other side of the country for you. And most of you are just here to get your mouse fixed, which totally understand. When you guys get here, we love seeing your reactions on how big our world is. Like that moment when it clicks. Those that don't understand. You take Disneyland's 2 parks, equivalent to about 500 acres. Disney World as a whole, we're 43 miles. We can fit 51 Disneylands into Disney World. Told this trivia to a guest earlier and they're like, what? Yeah, we're the same size as San Francisco. For those of you from the Northeast, we can fit 2 Manhattans into Walt Disney World. Again, we love that you guys are here. Keep supplying that mouse fix until you get your land back open. What was happening in 2021 during this time is that Disneyland was still shut down. I was still working at Disney World in Ever After Jewelry Company in Disney Springs, and we had a lot of people coming to Disney World for the first time from California because their park was still closed and they had to get their Mickey Mouse fix. From this video, I also gained a lot of Disneyland followers, which are probably my most loyal followers, and I really, really appreciate it. Moving on to the number 9 slot was my video talking about the Country Bear Jamboree and some of the backstory. This video received 619,000 views and was actually my first 3-minute video. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Again, I don't speak for the brand or the company. So as most of you know, here at Walt Disney World, we're about to celebrate our 50th anniversary. So I thought it'd be very fitting that I talk about a certain opening day attraction that most of you have heard me talk about before. And of course, I'm talking about the Country Bear Jamboree. Now wait, don't scroll just yet. What I don't think people realize is that the Country Bear Jamboree plays an interesting part into Disney history. Number 1 being, it was never intended to go to Walt Disney World. It was actually supposed to be a show in a ski lodge. Yeah, Walt Disney was working on a ski resort. Some of you might be wondering why on earth would Disney even be interested in that in the first place? Well, in 1960, Walt Disney became the chairman of the pageantry committee for the 8th Winter Olympics, which is a whole nother thing of Disney history in itself. So while staying enjoying the Olympic activities, as well as the ski resort flair, Walt Disney really dug the vibe. And in true Walt Disney fashion was like, ooh, I want to make one of these. And shortly thereafter bought property in the mountains of California. It was to be called Disney's Mineral Kings Ski Resort. And while working on the plans, Disney decided it needed a little bit of extra flair, so it needed a show. And he was stuck on the idea of the show being about bears that happened to sing a lot. So Disney, of course, put Imagineer Mark Davis in charge of the project. So why is that part of the story important? Because the ski resort and what would later become the Country Bear Jamboree were the last two projects that Walt Disney oversaw before he passed. And the last conversation Walt Disney had with Mark Davis was about the Country Bears. So the story goes that Walt Disney had just finished recovering from surgery and was walking around checking on a few things and walks into Mark Davis's office. Sits down and says that he wants to see how the bear project is going. So Mark takes out a couple of drawings, a couple of things, see how far they've gone on the project, and Walt's loving every minute of it. Walt Disney was laughing, they were having a really great conversation, and maybe Disney was laughing too hard, but he did turn to Mark and said, I think I better have somebody call over to the studio and drive me back over there. I'm not feeling too good, and I'm feeling kind of tired. So Disney and Mark stand up, Walt walks out of the office, and Mark's standing at the doorway, and Walt turns around and says, goodbye, Mark. Mark later said that that's when he knew that would be the last time he would see Walt Disney. Because Disney would never say goodbye. He would always say either, see you next week, or I'll catch you next Tuesday. And sure enough, Walt Disney passed a few days later on December 15th of 1966. So what happened after? Well, basically a couple laws changed. So the Walt Disney Company was never able to build their ski resort. However, production of the Bear Show had already started. So Mark Davis took all these ideas and put into Frontierland, in which became the Country Bear Jamboree. So next time you go into or walk by Country Bear Jamboree, go say hi to the Bear Band, the dimpled darling of the Dakotas, and the last of the big time swingers. The Country Bears will be one of the last things that Walt Disney laughed about. And just like how it brought him joy, it brings me joy still too. So night-night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. This video really made it apparent that people were very interested in what I had to say, so that's why I started a YouTube channel. If people were willing to listen to me talk 3 minutes about a random Disney subject, why not a little bit longer here on YouTube? Moving on to number 8 is my story talking about Donald Duck. And this one received 723,000 views. This one was also stitched by one of the voice actors of Donald. And take a watch. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Again, I don't speak for the brand or the company, but this sweet older gentleman came into my store today. Started talking with him and he started asking me Disney trivia. You think I'm gonna fail Disney trivia? No! So he asked me the hardest Disney trivia question, which is, what is Donald Duck's middle name? To which I answer, Fauntleroy. And he's surprised that I actually know it. To which I ask him, do you know why he has a middle name? And then he got confused. So I had to give him a history lesson. Donald's full name is Donald Fauntleroy Duck. In the short Donald Gets Drafted, he was drafted on March 24th of 1941, which lists his middle name. Donald is also technically the only Disney character to ever serve in the military. One detail I really love though, if you look closely at his order number, it's order number 13. 13 being an unlucky number. Cause who gets stuck with all the bad luck? No one but Donald Duck. So now you guys know the answer to one of the hardest Disney trivia questions. Now, looking back, I did pronounce Donald Duck's middle name wrong. I added an extra flaunt. I pronounced it a little weird in the video, and that wasn't necessary. So this one was still a really fun video, and I used that trivia a lot back in my children's activities days. It was usually a bonus question that I added in during poolside trivia back in the day. Coming in at number 7 was 754,000 views, was my look back at my Disney Princess story time and my first coloring page I ever received from a guest. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I was helping a guest and she came up and asked me, hey, do you really like Pluto? And I was like, what? You know, you have Pluto on your name tag. Oh, yes I do. Pluto is the 5-year anniversary pin. And she was asking, well, how long have you been with the company? And I said, well, about 9 years. And she's like, whoa, that's a really long time. And then it made me start thinking. Back when I first started here at Disney, I worked at the Redemption arcades at Art and Pop, back when we still had those. And we had little kid coloring stations. When I was hanging out with the kids, just being friendly and talking with them, a little 3-year-old basically fell in love with me. She had to draw me a picture. And I still have that picture. If you were a guest and ever gifted me anything during my time at Disney, I still have it. It's in a memento box. Unless it was food, then I ate that. But then it made me stop and think, my 3-year-old princess is now 12, and I still think about her to this day. This one is definitely near and dear to my heart. And in the next couple videos, I do go in and I do find that coloring page and I show it to everybody. Those videos, of course, did not get as many views, but this one was a very sentimental moment. I think that's why I did so well. And number 6 was 762,000 views, was my video talking about the Roberto coin dolls.
Who is the target demographic for 22,000 diamond-studded Elsa?
The same people that were willing to pay $3,000 for an Elsa dress back in 2013 after the Frozen apocalypse. Let me explain. When the first Frozen movie released, Disney didn't think it was going to be a big idea. They did very standard merchandise for it. Then when the movie exploded overnight, due to the lack of product, things started hitting eBay for over thousands of dollars. And people bought it. But this time Disney was smart. For the release of Frozen 2, Disney covered all price ranges, all the way from Five Below with the kids' activities books to $32,000 with the Roberto Coin Saks Fifth Avenue dolls. Dolls released back in 2019 in correlation with the Saks Fifth Avenue windows for Christmas. The dolls were exclusive to Saks Fifth Avenue, but the Roberto Coin jewelry collection is gorgeous. My question is, Roberto Coin jewelry has a ruby on every piece. If you don't know the story of the ruby, definitely go look it up. So if the jewelry on the dolls is made by Roberto Coin, do they also have the ruby? Can someone confirm? And of course, you guys know me for random Disney things, and this was definitely a random Disney thing. The only reason why I knew about this was because Ever After Jewelry Company actually sold the other jewelry pieces that went with the Roberto Coin collection. Jumping at the number 5 slot with 940,000 views was my story explaining what a grape soda is. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Again, I don't speak for the brand of the company, but I've been going through your comments from last night's video and making a game plan for some new content that's gonna be coming out soon. While reading, I saw this question. Basically, they told the manager how great their server was and wanted to give them a compliment, to which the manager said, I'll go give them a grape soda. So since the manager didn't really explain what that meant, let me explain what that means. Grape soda is basically a recognition. And grape sodas are good things because they end up on a cast member's record card. Those positive notations can also help a cast member if they go into interviews and they end up pulling up their record card. But some of you might still be like, why are they called grape sodas though? Well, they're in reference to this scene here.
Russell, for assisting the elderly and for performing above and beyond the call of duty, I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow, the Ellie Badge.
What's annoying about this video is that it did so well, but I felt so bad. I was recovering from a minor incision I had to have. The bad thing about Disney uniforms is that they don't breathe very well. So I actually ended up getting a ingrown hair that turned into a very large cyst on my leg, and I had to get it cut open. So I was on some heavy duty painkillers during the time that I was filming this. And you can even tell in my eyes, I look very puffy, and I'm just like, I don't feel well, but the video still did good. Anyway, this is where my topics get very interesting, and I don't know why these videos did as good as they did. These are my top 4 viewed, and they were in the million view area. Number 4 is actually talking about trash, Disney trash, and this video received 1 million views. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I do get a lot of inspiration on these videos from my coworkers, and one coworker in particular was like, okay, you need to talk about trash. Okay. And no, I'm not talking about our Disney trash cans, even though that is a very interesting topic. I'm talking about the trash that goes inside those cans. And again, I don't speak for the brand or the company, but anyway, inside Disney trash cans, there's actually a sensor located in it. So that way, when it gets to a certain point, it notifies custodial cast members and they can come over and empty out trash cans before they get super full. Now, if the cast members in Magic Kingdom, for example, they take the trash to what we call an AVAC system. AVAC system actually dates back to 1969 when it was announced and was made for the 1971 opening of Disney World. The AVAC system has different points around the park where you drop off trash, and it takes the trash on a 2-mile trip to a central sorting area. This system takes place underground in the utilidors. Guests don't see it, and cast members barely smell it because the trash moves at 60 miles per hour. Trash goes faster than Space Mountain. I just don't understand everybody's fascination with trash, but you know, you do you, boo, whatever. Now, this system is not used as widely right now, and yes, the custodial cast members definitely appeared in the comments and said, I don't know what you're talking about it not smelling so bad. It definitely smells bad in certain areas like in Tomorrowland and Frontierland. And I really love how this video actually brought a lot more appreciation to my custodial cast member friends, and they were very appreciative of it. Now, video number 3, this is a very interesting video because this is the first and only video that I've had to turn off my comments for. This video received 1.1 million views and talks about Disney hiring.
The labor shortage has hit. Disney World.
And I don't speak for the brand or the company, but I was tagged a couple times in this video. Last comment I got was, Danielle, is this true? Kind of. Not sure about Disneyland and how they're doing. Here in Walt Disney World in Florida, they're kind of experiencing a labor shortage for different varying factors. National College Program isn't back yet. Those ICPs run Epcot. Any position that they would be in is being backfilled by another cast member from another location into their location, pulling from somewhere else. More of our resorts and restaurants are opening, then the cast members in those locations are being called back. And last year into the beginning of this year, a lot of cast members, especially part-timers, had to make the hard decision of, do I stay with Disney or maybe go ahead and move back home with family? A lot of them choose to move back home wherever they're from. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Disney World is hiring. We got Skyliners, we got monorails, we got food and beverage, we even got parking. Don't forget lifeguards. What do we see here? $1,000 hiring bonus for select culinary and housekeeping roles. So come on down to mydisneycareers.com. This was in the middle of 2021 where Disney World was definitely experiencing a labor shortage, but we were upping the amount of people that could come into the park. At this point, I believe CPs were just now returning back to the parks, and we were still struggling at the time. However, the reason why I had to turn off the comments was because that account was catering to a different side of the algorithm that was not very Disney positive. Now, my side is very Disney positive, and we are a great Disney community. So because I stitched that video, it sent that part, my video, my positive video, to another side of the algorithm, which was very, very toxic and very negative. So that's why I had to turn off the comments. Video number 2 received 1.2 million, and believe it or not, it's talking about paint, specifically Go Away Green. Random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Again, I don't speak for the brand or the company. So I've noticed that recently I've been getting a couple questions about Go Away Green, which is a very real thing in Disney parks. Go Away Green is a certain shade of green that Imagineers and Disney painters use to hide certain objects that they don't want you to pay attention to, like electrical boxes, backstage doors, or maybe even just light posts. Does the color get rid of the item? No. The point of the color is that if a guest sees the item, their brain immediately thinks, oh, I don't need to pay attention to this item. Disney also uses color theory for you to notice things more so than other items. Because you have to remember, the Disney company didn't start off in parks, they started off in animation, which means they're masters of color theory. And Disney treats the parks as if it was one of their movies. Disney wants you, the audience, to pay attention to certain things in its movie. So again, Disney's not hiding anything. They're just redirecting your attention. Kind of like magic. Again, y'all are interested in trash and paint. I don't get it, but whatever. And my number 1 most viewed video with 3.4 million views is talking about the random door in Fantasyland.
What is this door in Magic Kingdom?
I was tagged in that video multiple times asking what on earth that door was. Before I continue, again, I do not speak for the brand of the company, and this is not a firm answer. This is just based off my random Disney knowledge in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. What y'all stumbled across is actually a calculation error. The easiest way to fix the problem is just to make it fun. Here's a close-up of the door. You have to remember, when lands and areas are being built, multiple different teams are working on these areas at the same time. One construction group is working on the plumbing, and the other construction group is working on the merchandise store. And very easily, some calculations can go wrong or miscommunicate between the two groups. If you look really, really closely to the edge of the door, if Disney continued making out that wall right there, it would have covered the corner of the manhole. You might be wondering, why didn't they just fix it? Well, have you ever been part of a group project and one kid in the group messes up just enough but you don't have time to fix it? The presentation is due like now, so you just put glitter paint over top of it? Yeah, that's what happened. Now, at the time that I stitched this video, the other video got a good amount of traction, but I didn't realize that on the annual pass holder pages, this was already a very heated topic of conversation. And I kind of brought light to it that people were like, oh, we didn't think about that. And because of this video, I'm also quoted on Snopes, and people are accepting this as the answer. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure if this is the answer. This is just my educated guesstimation for random Disney things in the middle of the night. But I am pretty sure I am spot on with the fact. I do have some other videos on my TikTok that did very well and were high ranking. However, I did not include them in this list because they were not talking about Disney facts. A lot of them were either just voiceovers or me talking about random things that were not Disney related. So in this list, I only included my random Disney things in the middle of the night content. Now, going into 2022, I do want to say how thankful I am for my followers and a lot of you that came over from TikTok here to YouTube to watch more of my content. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. A lot of you have also been very supportive in my Etsy, which will be opening up here in the next couple weeks, and I will have some brand new art coming for you and some new stickers, some new products as well, so stay tuned for that. Also in this video, in the description below, I will have a list of links sending you to each of those individual TikToks if you want to watch them again or see what everybody else's comments were. Make sure you go follow me on TikTok where I post more regularly, and here in 2022 here on YouTube, I'll be focusing on some more detailed Disney history, so stay tuned for that as well. Thank you guys again, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!